Hello guys, I'm Tom, and today we're going to take a look at what's happening with Shrek 5. The Shrek saga has been one of the most influential in animation history. Since the first movie in 2001, it has earned a special place in the hearts of millions, not just for its irreverent humor, but also for the way it subverted traditional fairy tale conventions. After a successful run of 4 films, the saga seemed to have reached its conclusion with Shrek Forever After, leaving many fans wondering if they would ever see another installment. However, in 2023, it was announced that Shrek 5 was in development, sparking a whirlwind of emotions, theories, and speculation about how the franchise would continue. The plot of Shrek 5 takes place approximately 16 years after the events of Shrek Forever After, the film that wrapped up the previous saga with Shrek and Fiona's reconciliation and reaffirmation of their love. The teaser showed Shrek enjoying a relatively peaceful life in his swamp with Fiona and their children, portraying an idealized version of family life. However, it is made clear that this peace is about to be disrupted, possibly by a new threat or crisis that will test the family's stability. One interesting detail is that the trailer mentions Felicia, Shrek, and Fiona's daughter, who apparently plays a key role in the story. Since the movie is set in a time of social and technological change, featuring modern cultural elements like memes and internet references, it is likely that Felicia symbolizes the new generation. The filmmakers might be exploring how Shrek and Fiona's children navigate a different world, one that is more interconnected through technology and digital culture. This could be a recurring theme, as previous generations, Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey, have had to adapt to these social and technological changes. One of the most popular theories is that the magic mirror, which in previous films was a source of advice and comedy, could play a bigger role in this installment. The teaser showed Shrek interacting with memes and viral content through the mirror, which suggests that it has evolved to reflect technological advancements. This could mean that the story revolves around the contrast between the past, the traditional fairy tale world, and the present, meme culture, social media, etc. Another intriguing theory is that the movie might explore the duality of nostalgia. On one side, we have the original characters, representing Shrek's legacy and history. On the other, there's Felicia, representing the new era. This could create a generational conflict in which the older characters struggle to understand the modern world, while Felicia might be the agent of change, perhaps feeling pressured to forge her own identity and path in life while dealing with the expectations of her parents and society. Shrek, the protagonist and heart of the saga, seems to be in a different stage of his life. In Shrek Forever After, he overcame his insecurities and found peace with his life. Now, 16 years later, he is likely facing the typical challenges of parenthood and adapting to a rapidly changing world. It is possible that in this movie, Shrek experiences an existential crisis, questioning his place in the modern world. How does an ogre like him fit into a world so influenced by social media, meme culture, and globalization? This internal struggle could be the core of his character arc in the film, helping to revitalize his role while maintaining his rough, yet sincere personality. Fiona, who evolved from a princess trapped in a tower to a fierce warrior in the previous films, could have an even more central role in this installment. Over time, she has likely established herself as the strong and protective figure of the family. Unlike previous movies, where her relationship with Shrek was the main focus, this time we might see Fiona take a more active role in resolving the conflict. She may also serve as the bridge between old traditions and the modern world, acting as the character who tries to balance family expectations with the new social and cultural influences entering their lives. Donkey and Puss in Boots, Shrek's inseparable friends, continue to be an essential part of the franchise's comedic dynamic. However, Since the movie revolves around parenthood and the passage of time, they could serve as comic relief, helping Shrek deal with his personal struggles in a lighthearted way while delivering the humor that fans expect. Felicia, Shrek and Fiona's daughter, is one of the most intriguing aspects of Shrek 5. Details about her character remain limited, but there is plenty of speculation about her identity. Her role in the story could symbolize the passing of the torch between generations. One theory gaining traction is that she might be a non-binary or transgender character, considering the movie's diverse and modern themes, although this has not been confirmed. If the creators decide to go in that direction, it could reflect themes of acceptance and social change that are highly relevant in today's society. One of the central themes of Shrek 5 appears to be adapting to cultural changes. While the previous films played with fairy tale conventions, it now seems that the writers want to take the story into a more contemporary space, incorporating social media dynamics, memes, and digital culture into the narrative. This could spark a reflection on how technology and new forms of communication are transforming family and social relationships. A possible direction for the magic mirror is for it to become a metaphor for digital chaos. Instead of simply reflecting the image of whoever looks into it, it could reflect how the characters perceive themselves in the modern world, perhaps distorted by digital stereotypes and the expectations of social media. This could serve as an ironic commentary on how fairy tale characters would confront the oversaturation of images and superficial definitions that dominate today's world. Since animation technology has advanced tremendously since the first Shrek movies, we will likely see an evolution in the visual style. However, the designers will have to balance the desire to maintain the classic and familiar style with the need to modernize the graphics to suit today's audience. Shrek and his friends will probably have more detailed and realistic appearances, but without losing the cartoonish touch that made them beloved. On the other hand, a major issue that stands out with this movie is precisely its new animation style. Although many have compared it to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, there is a key difference. Here, the character designs feel strange, almost as if they were generated by artificial intelligence. There is no aesthetic connection to the previous movie, which makes the visuals feel jarring. Beyond the change in animation technique, what truly stands out is that the characters don't look like themselves. They have undergone such drastic modifications that it almost feels like this isn't a continuation, but rather a remake by a different studio. This disconnect becomes even more evident when we recall that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, with its animation and design that captivated audiences, implied that Shrek 5 would be a direct continuation. However, the preview for this new film makes it clear that, at least visually, there is no compatibility between the two. This leads to a deeper reflection on DreamWorks. Many believe that their only real recent success was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Their other productions have been direct adaptations of books, with varying quality, depending on the source material. This explains why there are movies as bad as The Boss Baby and others as good as The Wild Robot. The problem with this new installment is that by not maintaining the artistic direction established in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, it seems that its success was more of a lucky strike rather than a well-planned creative decision. In summary, Shrek 5 has the potential to be one of the most interesting films in the franchise. While it relies on nostalgia and classic elements, it also has the opportunity to explore modern themes such as technology, identity, and parenthood while introducing new generations of characters. If it manages to balance these elements, it could deliver a refreshing experience, keeping longtime fans engaged while attracting new audiences. The speculations surrounding the magic mirror, Felicia, and the adaptation of the characters to the modern world open up many possibilities for a fun and meaningful storyline. Only time will tell whether this fifth installment will be a triumph or a misstep, but expectations remain high. And that's everything we know so far about the new Shrek movie. Honestly, when I saw what was circulating online and the new trailer, I thought it was something AI generated. I didn't think it was the actual official trailer. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you already seen the Shrek 5 trailer? Do you think the movie will really turn out as it appears in the trailer, or will there be changes? And finally, if everything stays on its current course, would you watch the movie? Do you think it will be a success or a failure? Share your answers to these questions and your overall opinion on the new Shrek 5 trailer. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, share it to support the channel, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos.